Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this 2 PM report of the IKS D-Day game with me, Dave Pumphouse, commanding 30 Corps. We'll start, as we always do, with the 51st Highlanders. They're still around Sartilly, of course. They have actually encountered a bunch of troops down near Champsavan, and also at Bourganoles. I'm going to be butchering those names, but that's my Anglican accent. Let's just say that. I am a little bit worried that there might be a counterattack, as historically there was a corps, maybe a division at Arvanchet. It's certainly a possibility, as these kind of troops have kind of appeared out of nowhere. Although reports are coming back to say it's still third Fallschirmjäger, they're a little bit brave having a counterattack like they're doing. But we'll see. We'll see how the next couple of hours pan out. I'm not particularly worried, although the division commander did come back and say that they lost about 2 battalions worth of fighting effectiveness in the division as a whole. Now, I know I said that there was 3 blocks probably chilling back here. I don't know whether they've come back online or not, but they're certainly using less blocks than I've got on the table, so you could probably take away 8 blocks from all this lot. The 154th, he has encountered a force around Vinland, so I think that was probably him fighting his way back through here. We're not sure if Gavray has been taken yet. 50th, we haven't had any word back from him yet, but yeah, maybe we will cover that in a following video if he gets around to it. But I know there's about 24 hours before the next turn is supposed to be in. But yeah, we're kind of chasing people for orders, and there has been a little bit of a switcheroo with regards to who's in command, dropouts, drop-ins, that kind of deal. But the game's still going well. But yeah, so we haven't really changed anything with regards to 50th. 7th Armoured, saying he's still very much under pressure, but he has ordered a counter-attack. I'm going to maybe put it in like this kind of tan yellow. There you go. He's ordered a counter-attack that way. Seems to be doing pretty good. South, well, actually, I mean, he says along the main road south, so I mean, maybe it's further north than that, but yeah, he seems to be pushing them back this way, and once the tanks from 50th get up to Canaidians, I'm sure we'll be in a perfect position to give him a good right hook. He says he's still not aware of what's going on the northeast. I wish he'd go have a look, but hey ho. I'm not really too worried about 7th Armoured. If he's saying we're having mixed success, and I'm sure once the tanks from 50th get there, it'll be fine. At about 1:30, we did have a little bit of information coming back from 7th saying that his divisional assets, now I know we did say he only had 1 artillery battery, but his divisional assets only made it onto the beach at 1 o'clock. So I don't know what the hell's happened with that, but they're back here somewhere. They're going to be of no use or help to him for the next couple of hours at least. I believe the Canadian 7th and 9th Brigades, they landed, or they began landing at 11. So if anything's to go by, I would think they were probably on this road somewhere. We're still waiting for the Canadians to come back to us as to where they are exactly. But early reports say that they won't be making it to Maringi until around the end of the game time. So it's going to be a marching simulator for these guys, and you know, the BDI people may be able to say, well, yeah, if they're around Lendelin, Saint-Salvaire, Lendelin already, or maybe along this road or something, why don't you direct them up to support you? That is an option, but right now I'd rather just let them march on and rely on the 8th and the Canadian tanks from the 2nd Canadian Armour, who should have been landing around Créance, heading up this way, heading up towards Perrier to try and help us. Now I'm going to try and maybe import another image, as it looks like the line has gone like that. But we have fallen back a little bit down south here, so he's kind of pushed his centre, but I'm worried about tanks coming in through that way now, so I've kind of maybe ordered him just to reconnect that centre, because we do have some air support coming in from the north, from Army Command, saying, look, help out the boys at Perrier. We understand that the tanks from 185th are still about 2 miles northwest of us. They're putting up a strong resistance. I suggest it's probably the remnants of 3rd Fallschirmjäger trying to do that roadblock. I think they've pushed up that way. But the big surprise is 8th Brigade. Now, I've been saying for about the last 5 videos now that 8th Brigade should be up at La Haye de Puits, and they have gone and exceeded all expectation and taken Jaurès as well. So that is pretty much all the 2 o'clock objectives by this big hole that 185th was unable to sort himself out on. Yeah, that's most of the 2 PM objectives. I'm quite pleased by how people are doing. Even if I kind of take my eye off them for a couple of hours, they seem to just get on and do it. Now, he did say that his forces are pretty intact. The only resistance, or the only major resistance that he had, was along this beachhead here down by the semaphore station, and he's had very little resistance taking La Haye de Puits and Jaurès. So what we have instructed his new division commander, because we had to have the last one arrested for basically not sticking to his standing orders. So what we have told him to do is go to Carentan via Bout, if he has scope for it, and if he's got some tanks, which he has, and if they're at Jaurès, send them south. So we have directed 3rd Division Command to ask him to do that. And because if we connect up to Carentan, then that's fantastic. And yeah, I couldn't have asked any more of 8th Brigade. I did want 8th Brigade to be promoted to be in charge of 3rd Division for his efforts, but the umpires decided to replace 3rd Division instead. Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, I'm gonna maybe hope that his tanks are there, and Additionally as well, apparently the engineers have said that they have cleared the beach and done their thing, and we've told them that they can march up to the Hader Buttes and then maybe just take the road that way, and they can just have fun trying to connect through the rest of the evening with First Corps. I think we're getting there, ladies and gents. I think we're getting there. The only bloody thing is that Perrier still very sticky. I don't know if we've got another hour of fighting in 9th Brigade. But if we don't have it, then that means the SS Panzers are going to struggle to go further as well, and then the Canadians and whatever 185th are doing can come in and mop up, and then maybe we'll spend mid-afternoon getting our shit together, push the Canadians down to the Reverie and then onwards to the Creterie, and we'll take the whatever 185th and 9th have to offer and secure this gap and then come up through Carentan that way. So that is the plan going forward. We'll see if that works. And yeah, I'm enjoying the game so far. I am a little bit worried about 9th Brigade, but they seem to be, you know, trading one for one, which is kind of nice. And yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. But who knows? Maybe in half an hour we might be overrun and we might have to fall back to Le Moniniere or something like that. But yeah, I'm pretty much screaming for the Canadians in their armour at the moment, as we do not really know where they are. Again, everyone's on different time zones and got commitments during the weekend and the week and stuff, so some people miss their chance to give a report. But that's war, that's the game, that's how we're going to have to play it. But I'm fairly confident that we'll get to our main objective, which is the Creterie. But yeah, we're pushing them hard, pushing them fast, and we're more or less achieving our objectives, so that's splendid. See you on the next one, ladies and gents. Bye bye.